What's up, everybody? Scott with Pratt & Associates Realty. How you doing this afternoon? It is Wednesday. Happy hump day. You are almost through the week. But anyway, I have some numbers that I don't really like that I want to go over. Scott, why are these numbers bad to you? Inflation's actually softening. That should be a good thing. Yes. Unemployment coming up, bad. You don't want that. I don't want that either. But you have to think of how the Fed thinks. They want to see inflation cooling down, unemployment a bit on the rise, so that way they can justify the cutting of interest rates and looking good possibly before an election. I mean, these, like, especially Jerome Powell, he's going to retire anyway, so I don't think he's really concerned about how he looks for an election. But it doesn't fix the economy, it just makes it look good. It's lipstick on a pig. And I'm not saying that things are bad. Consumer price index came in at from 0.4% to 0.3%, so it softened down a bit. CPI year over year from 3.5 to 3.4. Core CPI I think it remains unchanged. No, 0.4 to 0.3. So these are, like, it looks like it's slowing down and softening up a bit, which that's good. Maybe you can go to the grocery store and actually buy something affordable. Joking there, but the thing is, what's going to get okay, Scott, inflation's coming down. It means housing prices will come down. Not necessarily, because we don't have the inventory. And now this is the number I really don't want to see today. Home builder confidence index has dropped down from 51 indices points to 45. I looked up an article about it, and it talked about the other thing is, especially when you have an administration, when you have the Federal Reserve is very data reliant right now. And this is a lagging indicator. This is April's indicator. We're halfway through May. And I'll ask you, the consumer, do you think inflation's coming down? Maybe in the end of April it might have looked good, or something had happened there where it looked good because of the interest rates were high. People were like, no, we're not. We're staying out. We're staying out. And but once people started realizing, hey, this could be higher for longer, maybe they thought to themselves, okay, well, let's just continue on as normal. And that's what we really need right now. We need builders building as normally. We need buyers and sellers transacting as normally. Inventory slowly creeping back on the market, and just that nice, soft landing that we needed. And I'm afraid if they do cut interest rates, all that marginal demand will rush into the market, grab up all the stuff this summer months, the peak hot buying season. The average price will go skyrocketing up into the air, higher than it's ever been. And then we'll have to start all over again. And you will be dealing with unemployment, and we'll be dealing with inflation. How many economists and other talking heads and bank presidents and all these people have said the biggest mistake and even Fed presidents in their speeches, the biggest mistake we can make is cutting too early. I think it's way too dang early for them to cut. Way too dang early for them to cut or even talk about it. And I know in several Fed speeches, they have been talking about a possible rate hike. Jerome Powell has not said that, he's confident about having to do that, but I think even the talk of it, the uneducated economists have said in the past, just them talking about it can enact a change in the market. And we just, right now, we need stability. So the Home Builder Confidence Index, I got this article from Real Estate News. Price cuts and incentives, the latest National Association of Home Builders survey found that 25% of builders cut prices in May. The percentage has been falling since hitting 36% in December. Well, yeah, it's December. Sentiment is up in the Midwest and in the Northeast. I remember that Resi Club article I sent you guys that had hot markets and cold markets, where the Gulf, Florida, Tampa, cold, not a good market. But surprisingly, the Northeast is good. I thought everyone wanted to move out of there and come to the South. But there's this weird shift. I'm not entirely sure why, other than the prices of places like Texas and Florida were just too high. The insurance, the taxes, all that kind of stuff. The hurricanes, just dealing with that and battening down the hatches. Maybe that was too much for people and they decided to move back away. What else? But something else is, this article talked about how home builders aren't really wanting to build because they see the higher interest rates, so they see decreased demand, and also the USDA and HUD are requiring them to build homes in a more environmental manner. Good thing. It's a good thing, but it adds an extra cost. It's And also, there's not a lot of people who want to go into that trade of construction because they're not getting paid enough. Whereas 10 years ago, you got paid a lot more to do the same job. And now you're not getting paid nearly enough, so they don't want to do it. God, guys, this video is already entirely too long. It might have to just go to YouTube, but just today, like, these aren't things that I really wanted to see. I'm sorry, Scott. We want interest rates to come down. Not right now. I think when we have way more inventory, when builder confidence is at an all-time high, that's when you might want to see it cut. Now, if it was December and we were up to 700,000 current listings on the market, and we were edging up there towards the 5.5 to 6 million units sold for the entire year, then I would say, yeah, let's go for it. Let's cut. It's time to cut. We have the available inventory. The demand is actually kind of as lower than anticipated for those winter months. That would be a great time to cut. But yeah. So that's my thoughts today, guys. If you're a home buyer, you're wanting to buy. This is Romeo down here. What's up, buddy? Give me kisses. He's like, get off that computer. I will get you, buddy. I promise I will get you. We'll go on a little walk here in just a minute. If you're a home buyer, you're going to want to consider May, June, maybe early July. You want to be under contract and be closing by July. If you're wanting to buy. I'm not one of these agents who's going to say, if you don't buy right now, we've had so many opportunities in the past to buy. If you really wanted to, I mean, the best time to buy a house was like 8 years ago, when you were in 8th grade doodling stuff on a notepad. That was the best time to buy. But this might be a window. I'm still holding out for 2025 and 2026 and 2027. Those markets, increasing inventory and whatnot. But the real problem here too is the federal government is not cooperating with home builders. They're making it as almost, excuse me, nose itches. They're making it very hard for home builders to want to build. And home builders are only limited to a few construction materials, this labor force that they have to deal with. There's not really a way to get home building costs down. And they need those costs down. And they need a federal government that will back them and incentivize them to build more houses. That is our big, big problem. Have a nice day, guys. I'm all out of breath, but I'll talk to you later. Bye.